Tonight, we've got to break down some news that has sent a seismic shock through the halls of the Pentagon and really every intelligence agency across the globe. You see, for decades, a central assumption of global security has held firm that Iran's military reach was just regional. Well, as of today, that assumption has been utterly shattered.
What you're looking at right here is the beginning of a whole new strategic reality. According to intelligence reports, and this has been confirmed by the Wall Street Journal, Iran has successfully launched 2 intermediate-range ballistic missiles at the joint US-UK military base on Diego Garcia. Now, this isn't just another regional skirmish. No, this is a direct challenge to the very heart of American power projection.
4,000 kilometers. Just let that number sink in for a moment. That's the distance from the Iranian coast all the way to Diego Garcia, a strategic outpost deep in the Indian Ocean. It's a distance that effectively doubles the publicly known maximum range of Iran's most advanced missiles. The Pentagon is stunned, and frankly, the entire world should be too.
So why is this such a big deal? Because Diego Garcia isn't just some random base. It's known as the Unsinkable aircraft carrier. It's home to B-2 Spirit stealth bombers. You know, the absolute tip of America's spear for any long-range fight. For more than 50 years, this island was considered the ultimate safe haven, an untouchable fortress way beyond the reach of any regional adversary. That sanctuary, it's gone.
Now, the official U.S. statement claims one missile failed and the other was intercepted. But let's be crystal clear here. The physical damage is almost irrelevant. The real damage here is psychological. Iran has just proven to the world that everything we thought we knew about its capabilities was just a carefully constructed smokescreen. They've finally shown their hand, and it's holding cards nobody even knew was in the deck.
Stay till the end because some shocking things I am going to reveal in this explainer. Let's get back to it.
Okay, so the crucial question becomes, how on earth did they do it? How do you just double your missile range overnight? Right now, intelligence circles are just buzzing with 3 main theories. First, a secret development program, a kind of checkmate move they've been hiding for years. Second, a physics hack, basically drastically reducing the warhead size to push the range. Or third, and this is the more conspiratorial view, a false flag operation designed to pull hesitant allies into a much wider conflict.
So, just as the world was trying to wrap its head around this new military reality, an even bigger political earthquake hit. In a move that has left allies and analysts completely bewildered, U.S. President Donald Trump responded not with threats, not with escalation, but with a declaration of total victory.
On his Truth Social account, Trump went ahead and listed 5 objectives for the 2026 war, claiming every single one had been met at the highest level. This list includes degrading Iranian missile capabilities, a statement that sounds, well, almost surreal just hours after a 4,000-kilometer strike, and also destroying Iran's navy and preventing their nuclear capability. The contrast between this list and the reality on the ground is just jarring.
And this was his conclusion. A simple, stunningly abrupt message. We won. It's over. Time to leave. So while Iran is signaling a whole new era of strategic reach, the American president is announcing that the United States is packing its bags and heading home. Now, to understand the sheer scale of this announcement, you have to realize this isn't just the end of one conflict. This is the public abandonment of a 40-year-old pillar of American foreign policy. We are watching in real time the death of the Carter Doctrine. And this quote just perfectly illustrates the shift. Trump wrote, "The Strait of Hormuz is not our problem." With that one sentence, the United States has unilaterally walked away from its role as the security guarantor for the most critical energy choke point on the entire planet. The message to allies in Europe and Asia is chillingly clear. You're on your own. To really get the magnitude of this, you have to know what the Carter Doctrine even was. For 4 decades, it was an explicit promise that the U.S. would use military force to defend its national interests in the Persian Gulf. It was the policy that propped up the entire global energy market and guaranteed the flow of oil. That guarantee is now officially void.
And the consequences are happening right now. This isn't theoretical. Qatar is already looking at a potential $20 billion export loss. Its natural gas simply can't get to Europe without safe passage. Allies who built their entire energy security around American protection are now facing an economic catastrophe.
So, is this just an impulsive decision, or is there a deeper geopolitical theory at play here?
To understand why a superpower might suddenly retreat, especially in the face of aggression, we can look at this through the lens of a theory called offensive realism.
It was popularized by the scholar John Mearsheimer. And offensive realism basically argues that great powers are rational actors. They don't retreat out of weakness. They retreat when they calculate that the cost of maintaining control in a region is actually greater than the benefit. They cut their losses to save their strength for bigger fights somewhere else.
And when you apply that lens, well, the current situation fits the theory perfectly. It looks like a textbook case. The main goal, regime change in Iran, has failed. The conflict has ground to a military stalemate. And most importantly, America's reputation as a reliable protector is in tatters, which erodes the very network of alliances that makes it a superpower in the first place.
This chart really illustrates the core of the stalemate. It's not about economic might. I mean, the US, with a $25 trillion GDP, could easily outspend Iran with its $350 billion GDP into oblivion. No, this is a battle of strategic will. Iran has successfully raised the cost of an American presence so high that Washington has decided it's just not worth paying the price anymore.
Okay, let's pivot to what this actually means for the global economy, because the fallout from this retreat, it's going to be felt in every single country on Earth. The weapon here isn't a missile, it's the control over the world's energy supply.
1/5. 20% of the entire world's daily oil consumption passes through this one narrow waterway, the Strait of Hormuz. And since this conflict kicked off on February 28, 2026, that strait has been effectively closed to anyone not deemed friendly by Iran.
And this is the immediate result. Oil is already trading at $126 a barrel. Economies in Japan, South Korea, and all across Europe, countries that are existentially dependent on this oil, are facing an unprecedented energy crisis. Trump's America First policy now means America is secure with its own oil while its allies are left completely exposed.
So the question every economist is asking right now is this: what happens next? Without the US Navy escorting tankers, shipping and insurance costs are going to explode. Are we looking at $150 oil, or maybe even higher? This isn't just a regional war anymore. It's a global inflation bomb that's just waiting to detonate. So where does all this leave us? Well, we have an Iran that has now proven it can project power over thousands of kilometers, shattering all the old assumptions. And at the same time, we have an America signaling that its time as the world's policeman is over. Whether this is some kind of strategic masterstroke to avoid a forever war, or the very moment American dominance officially began to end, one thing is certain: the old order is gone.
And this all leads us to the final and frankly terrifying question. Great powers might retreat, but power itself never just disappears. It simply changes hands. With America stepping back, who steps forward? Who is going to fill the vacuum in the most strategically important region on the planet?
We are entering a new, uncertain, and far more dangerous era. The world order is being redrawn right before our eyes. And to understand what comes next, you really need to stay informed. Make sure you subscribe for our continuing analysis on this and other critical global stories.